Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm back with another video for today. So today is gonna be a different video. I'm not gonna be reviewing something or doing a ranking video. I'm gonna be doing a video talk about my experience from when I went down the Galaxy's Edge this past March. Now I was fortunate enough to go down to the Galaxy's Edge for a spring break week before Disney World and all the other Disney parks closed around the world. So in this video, I just want to talk about my experiences with some of the things I did, which includes Savis Workshop and Rise of the Resistance, and basically my overall thoughts and impressions. So my first thoughts for Galaxy's Edge were that it was absolutely amazing. It was incredibly immersive, and if you're a Star Wars fan, it's a must-do if you're in Disney World. And I might be asking, what are some of the things you can do? Like, what things can you buy? Like, what attractions are there? Well, I'm here to answer that question for you today. So first, I want to say, like, I got to go to Avas Cantina, which is basically like another version of Mos Eisley Cantina, and I was able to get this special Battle of Endor mug. This mug does come as a souvenir cup with an alcoholic drink, but I'm not 21, so I couldn't order the alcoholic drink, but I also want to buy one in the mug. So they do allow you to buy the mug separately. So I was fortunate enough to do that, and this thing is actually ceramic. Like, if you drop this, like, it's going to break. It's not, like, cheap plastic or anything like that. So this mug was $45. Now, initially, like, I thought this would have been, like, a little bit overpriced or even a ripoff. But once I found out that this was ceramic, I found that I thought $45 was a fair price. Plus, you get the drink as well if you order with the drink. So, Avas Cantina, you do need a reservation there, but it is immersive, and the DJ there does play the Cantina music from here and there. Next, they have a shop called Doc and Den of Antiques, which is where you can buy Jedi and Sith holocrons. These cost $50 each, but I think it's worth it to buy both holocrons because there might be a chance, because if you're like me, if you buy one and not buy the other, you're gonna regret that decision later on. So, like I said, these both were $50, but I thought $50 so basically $100 for both of these. You might be initially feel ripped off at the beginning, but like as time goes on, you're gonna feel very fortunate they have both of them. Especially since these are more expensive to buy them online than in Disney World. So that's the first. Doc Ondar's Den of Antiques is also where you can buy kyber crystals. They sell red kyber crystals, purple, yellow, green, white, and blue. Now I'll explain why I don't have blue in my hands later. However, don't take my word for this, but I think it's every 1 in 100 red kyber crystals, you actually get a black kyber crystal, which Snoke wore a black kyber crystal ring in The Last Jedi, if you didn't catch it earlier. So those are extremely rare. Like I said, they're probably only 1 in 100, and they sell really expensive on eBay. So if you get a black kyber crystal, consider yourself very lucky. And next, I want to talk now. Let's get on to Savis Workshop, which is like for some people a big talking point, like if $200 is worth it to do a lightsaber or not. So for Savis Workshop, you do need a reservation, and it does cost $200 plus tax. So you might be thinking, is $200 worth it to buy a lightsaber? A custom-built lightsaber that you make yourself? To answer your question, it depends. If you're just, like a cat, if you're just, like in Walt Disney World and just, like if you're not super into Star Wars and you go to Galaxy's Edge, I would say you can skip this. You can spend your money somewhere else. However, if you're a big Star Wars fan and if you're in Galaxy's Edge, and if you always had your dream of building your own custom lightsaber, Galaxy's Edge, Savis Workshop is for you, and I think $200 is totally worth it to build this. Now, here's the thing, like, this lightsaber is not made out of cheap plastic like some of the other ones you might have seen in, like your local Target or Walmart. Like, this is metal, and then with the lightsaber, you also get to choose your kyber crystal color, you get a blade, and you also get a sheath bag, and you also get the experience as a whole. And the experience is unlike anything I've ever done before when it comes to constructing something. And now, the reason I didn't show the blue kyber crystal earlier was that I chose the blue kyber crystal for my lightsaber here, so I didn't feel like it was necessary to buy another one. So, like, when you build your lightsaber and you get the blade as well, you put it in, and then you twist it, and then you activate wherever your activation switch is. So when you're in Savis Workshop, you can choose between either, they give you 4 options to choose from. They give you blue, green, purple, or red. They don't sell white, they don't give you white or yellow. You have to buy those on yourself in Doc Ondar's. And they have also 4 options. You have Peace and Justice, which was the one that I did, Elemental Nature, Power and Control, which is the Sith, and protection and defense, which is your old Republic era Jedi. So like I said, if is Savis Workshop worth it? If you're a Star Wars fan, absolutely is it worth it. But if you're just, a casual person, like not all that into Star Wars, I would say skip it and use your money somewhere else. Now let's discuss some of the things you can buy. What are some attractions you can do? So as of currently speaking, Galaxy's Edge has two main attractions, which are Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run and Rise to the Resistance. So Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run was the first attraction there, and I got to ride it twice when I went there. So my experience that I think it was honestly, it was okay, to be honest. I wasn't a pilot, which the pilot is the position that everyone wants. I was both a gunner and an engineer, which obviously like the gunner fires guns, and then the engineer, whenever the Millennium Falcon gets damaged, you have to gotta press buttons, and then that fixes the ship. So I was those roles both times. So, but overall, I still enjoyed it. It was still a very immersive attraction. It is a simulation, so if you're into simulations, that might be for you. So if I was to rate Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 overall. If you're a pilot, it might be a little higher, and if you're a Star Wars fan, it might be a little higher. But if you're, like a casual, if you're a casual Disney park goer, or if you're not a pilot, it may be a little lower. So I'm just going around. I'd say it's a 7 overall. Next, let's discuss Rise to the Resistance. Now, Rise to the Resistance was without a doubt the best thing that I did in Disney World when I went there, even more than Savis Workshop. Now, the reason I put Rise to the Resistance above Savis Workshop is that, at least with Savis Workshop, as long as you pay and get a reservation, you're guaranteed to build your lightsaber. But when it comes to Rise to the Resistance, like, if you don't get you have to get a boarding pass to go on. And if you don't get a boarding pass, they're not going to let you on. So, not everyone gets to do Rise to the Resistance. Now, all I can say about Rise to the Resistance is, it is absolutely amazing, and it's unlike any attraction I have ever done in my entire life. I'm not going to spoil it, I'm not going to go into detail about what happens, but overall, Rise to Resistance, if you get on, is absolutely worth it, and it's totally worth waking up at like 5 or 6 in the morning and getting to the park an hour early to get ready. It's totally worth it, and you're not going to regret it. So overall, Galaxy's Edge, to sum it all up, it is an amazing Star Wars. It is an amazing experience. It's completely immersive. You will see characters like First Order Stormtroopers. You will see Kylo Ren. You will see Chewie. You will see Rey, and you may see a few other characters here and there. Even though the planet Batuu is completely new and Galaxy's Edge is based on this made-up planet Disney made up, I still think it's totally worth it, and it is, like I said before, it is really immersive. So if I were to give Galaxy's Edge out of 10, hands down to 10. If I have to really, if there's any negative that I've say about Galaxy's Edge, it's really very minor. But in case you didn't, as you might know, I'm a big fan of the Clone Wars era as a whole. So there's a significant lack of prequel representation there. At least when it comes to the original trilogy era, they have like old Imperial helmets, like Stormtrooper helmets, Scout Trooper helmets, and TIE Pilot helmets, scattered around in like cages around there, find Easter eggs. The only time where you can find like any Clone Trooper helmets is in Dagondar's Den of Antiques, and they only have one Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet, so it is a little disappointing. But the positives of Galaxy's Edge significantly outweigh that one minor negative. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this video today. If you've been to Galaxy's Edge, comment below what your experience is, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.